It's what you would think, honestly. There were some good moments. There was, you know, just typical learning, sloppy, aggressive, a lot of fouls, a lot of turnovers, a lot of playing too fast. But the spirit was good all practice. You can see certain guys like PJ stands out, just especially defensively. When he's on the floor and when he's off the floor, it is night and day. And that's what we're challenging guys because PJ's not playing 48 minutes. And it's not just his defense, it's his talking and it's his knowledge. PJ through the Riley system, I'm through the Riley system. So for him, defensively, it's very easy to pick up everything. But we need more of that from more people.
Did you notice a difference with James today? I know he was talking about like last season he was hurt. Did you notice like maybe he looked a little more healthier or springier today?
Yeah, he looked fine. He was trying to run the team more than score today, so you really didn't see a lot of. But there were a couple of buckets when we needed a bucket. You clearly saw him, assert himself, and he was good.
Doc, can you talk about just bringing your preseason camp here to Charleston and why Charleston?
Yeah, as you know, because you're old as me, or older, I've been here. I was here, I think, 3 years in a row, definitely 2 years in a row, with Pat Riley, with the Knicks. So, for number one, it's just getting away from home. It's a good team builder. Number two, there's a lot of history here that we can teach, American history, about slavery, about the military. There's a lot of good stuff to learn in this city for our guys. And so all that is team building, and that's what we're trying to do.
And you're going to do any of these activities while you're here?
We had a professor from Charleston come in and talk to us yesterday. We're going to do a couple other things this week. Just teaching guys stuff. It's good. It's good for conversation. It's also, using different people or different situations as team builders, being resilient, building a culture. So that's one of the reasons we're here. It's funny, I was talking to Monty Williams last night, and he didn't know we were here. He asked me where I was at, and I said Charleston. And the first thing he says, oh Lord, I'm breaking out knives, because back then you remember we went 4 hours and 2 days. So you can't do that anymore. And I told him, I said, well, we can't do the same thing that happened. And we had to walk. You remember, that was one of Raul's rules, is you had to walk to practice. So
from the hotel.
Yeah, from the hotel. So there was a lot of little rules that
But just can't. Do you have any idea like what the cadets go through at the Citadel, what these players at the Citadel are
we're going to talk about that. If you're a freshman, you can't walk on the sidewalk. You have to walk on the street or walk on the grass. You just can't walk. So, it's all about building culture. So we absolutely will get into all that.
Coach, yesterday Tobias was talking about playing the 3 and the 4. He said that it's not really much of a difference or a positional change. So what do you kind of see with the 3 and the 4?
Yeah, it's not. With PJ, I would say it's probably more 3 than 4 because we want PJ to be, in his spots. But we ran some 4 today with Paul Reed at the 4, Joel at the 5. Then we ran some today with Tobias at the 4 and a small guy at the 3. So we moved that around a lot today.
Joe was pretty blunt yesterday where he's like, I think we can be the best defensive team in the league, or that's a goal to be the best defensive team
that's a
in
great
the
goal.
league. And with what you guys have added, how do you feel like you guys, what's it going to take to reach that potential?
Yeah, we got a lot of work, but that's, listen, it's Joel knows from 100 conversations this summer that he has to be better defensively. We have to be better defensively if we're going to win, and everyone has to. James, everyone, and it starts more with team defense than it does with individual defense. And so that's where like a PJ Tucker, who's a great talker, he immediately helps your team defense. And that's where everybody. He was so loud at one point that we're both ends, and you can hear him down on the other end, but you couldn't hear the guys on the end I was standing. And then to me, that can't happen. So that's where we have to get better.
Do you think some of the moves you guys made this summer gives you a ceiling defensively you didn't have last year?
Yeah, no doubt. for sure. We like just with the guys we've added, we should be a better defensive team. Adding PJ, we should be a better defensive team. I thought, other than PJ, the best defensive player by a long shot was DeAnthony Melton today. I mean, he actually, in some ways, screwed practice up because we were having our guys pick up full court, but we couldn't run our offense because he was disrupting the guards a lot today. And then Jaden Springer today defensively was absolutely wonderful. You know, we got to figure out what position he is. But it's just interesting. Daniel House, physical. Trez, physical, tough. So it was good.
Doc, you in the media session yesterday mentioned, like, emotionally how much of a hard time you had last year.
Who was that?
James.
Yeah.
With the injuries mostly.
Yeah.
Did you get a sense of that? Was that something you...
I got a sense of the frustration that I've been around enough good players to know that they're better than what they can do. You know, it's tough to be in that spot because, you know, if you're injured or not, no one really cares. If you walk out on the floor, they want to see who you are, not where you are. If I guess is a better way of saying that. And you know, I always told them, like, you set the standard. You know, unfortunately, and it's a good standard to have. You know, when you're injured and banged up and the condition's not right, you can't reach your own standard, but everyone's going to hold you to that standard. I guess it's a hell of a position to be in.
I was just saying, I mean, he doesn't have to be the scoring champion here. Like,
No. That's what you can't judge him. If you start judging him, well, he averaged 30 at Houston, but he's only averaging 20 here. That's insane. Like, we have a lot of guys that can score. At Houston, he had to score all the time. Here, the number one option is Joel. All right. James has never been the second option. You know, Tyrese is a major option for us. Tobias is an option for us. You know, so yeah, he didn't have to shoot as much.
Doc, I know it's only been the first day of training camp and he was in the gym for a couple weeks, but has he regained some of that explosiveness?
Yeah, he looked great today. But honestly, today, didn't even try to use it very often. He was just really trying to run the team, almost to a fault at times, but we're cool with that right now.
Doc, yesterday, working out together this summer, what do you hope that Tyrese gained from that
Well,
experience?
I hope Tyrese brings the ball up more than he did today. That's number one. That's why I was telling him, I was like, who's one or two? I went and asked, and then James said, we're both number one. I said, oh, really? Because today, and Tyrese just started laughing because he knew what he was doing, but we need them both. We need to get the ball to both. One thing I did think James did a lot today was threw the ball ahead. Like, if he wasn't pushing it up, he got the ball up with the pass. I thought that was good.
You mentioned Tyrese, kind of the next step is helping make teammates better.
Yeah, but that's gonna take years. Honestly, like, Tyrese has been a scorer his whole life, and I don't expect him to be this great facilitator this year. That's not gonna happen. I want Tyrese to score, and but when a guy's open, I want him to see him every once in a while. You know, but he will. That'll come. I'm patient with that one. I'd rather for him to be an aggressive scorer right now.
Yesterday,
Have your plans changed at all for this week, or are you guys still planning on staying?
No, we're gonna stay. We're tough. Yeah, we're running to the storm.
Doc, yesterday Tyrese told us that one of your messages to the team was that it's a we season, not a me season.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on what that message was for you?
Isn't that pretty clear? I mean, but really, like, for us, you know, it can't be about individual goals. We got to put team goals first.
When you're kind of integrating new players, you know, D'Anthony, PJ, but you also have a lot of guys who have been here, you have the same coaching staff. I guess, like, what are your goals, like, on the first day? Is it just everybody starts fresh, or is it?
It kind of starts fresh, but, you know, the guys who have been here have an advantage to some of the stuff. We tweaked a lot of stuff that we didn't do last year offensively, but they still know the remnants of it. You know, even Trez, from when he played with me, was way ahead in some of the stuff we did today. You're just trying to throw them out there and play them more, especially the new guys.
Does that help for somebody like PJ, who maybe he's never played for you, but he's played for a long time? Like,
he's smart, and PJ's played for coaches that I've been under. You know, he's been in the Miami system. I'm a Riley disciple in a lot of ways, you know, so especially defensively today, he knew every lingo, he knew everything. Offensively is where, you know, the spacing and stuff. He's trying to figure that out.
Doc, you mentioned you ran Paul Reed with Joel today.
Yeah.
Is that like those two big lineups? I know last year with Andre and Joseph Thomas. That's something you want to experiment with a little bit more.
Yeah, I think we're doing it all year because PJ's a big lineup in some ways, and so I like that lineup. I like the rebounding lineup. Frees Paul to be an offensive rebounder more, especially at the 4. I mean, at the 5 is hard enough to block him out. At the 4, I think it'll be impossible to block him out. So, and same thing with PJ today. I mean, I thought both of them just tortured everybody on the glass today, on the offensive glass. So we're going to give that a look for sure.
All right.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Doc.